WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. A homeless camp in Lee County is cleared out after complaints lead to an investigation by sheriff's deputies. Allie Martin was there and tells us what was found and how neighbors hope the camp is gone for good.
For months now, Lee County Sheriff Jim Johnson says his deputies have answered an increasing number of calls in the Auburn community.
Individuals are rambling through people's cars, kicking on doors, not knowing where they're at, and most of these people are not even from this particular area.
At any given time, Sheriff Johnson estimates as many as 20 people live throughout a 5-acre parcel of land right off Auburn Road. Recently, the sheriff got the okay from landowners to evict those who have set up camp behind a vacant mobile home and throughout a wooded area.
A lot of times your hands are tied in what you can and can't do, so this is the first break we got, and we just want the community to know that we're doing everything we can to try to clean it up.
This trailer is filled with items taken from the homeless encampment. There's construction lights, a pressure washer, an awful lot of power tools. All of the merchandise, Sheriff Johnson says, is stolen.
Radios, televisions, extension cords, all sorts of stuff out here that you know does not belong here, that doesn't belong to these people.
Brian Harris owns the Auburn Friendly Village Mobile Home Park across the street from the homeless camp. He says the camp and its residents have caused many problems.
The neighborhood's just been going downhill. We had to install security cameras on our property. The only issue that I've had recently is them parking on our property and going over to visit them, apparently for prostitution.
Sheriff Johnson says some of the camp's residents have been arrested recently on drug-related charges. Also, District 1 Supervisor Phil Morgan says the recently passed nuisance property ordinance will allow the county to clean up properties that are a threat to the public safety, health, and welfare. In Lee County, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
Area residents will talk with Lee County leaders about cleaning up the area Thursday night at the Tom Bigby Electric offices on Auburn Road. In other news today, Pickens County law enforcement released the name of a man taken into custody after an officer-involved shooting. 47-year-old Fred Somerville is charged with abuse of a corpse, attempt to elude, theft of property, and reckless endangerment. Sheriff Chad Harless says other charges are possible. Somerville's bond was set at $1 million. The shooting happened in downtown Aliceville after officers were notified about a stolen car. Law enforcement tried to stop the vehicle, but it ended with an officer-involved shooting. The State Bureau of Investigation is looking at 3 crime scenes there throughout the city. Officers and deputies found a dead body in the vehicle once it was stopped, which is not believed to be related to the officer-involved shooting. Harless says the person has been identified, but he would not release their name until all family members were notified. SBI continues to investigate the incident. Columbus police continue searching for a killer tonight after a weekend shooting claims the life of a 16-year-old girl. Erica White was shot outside the community activity center at Protes Park. A birthday party was being held at the time. Sources tell WCBI that White was an innocent bystander when gunfire rang out after an argument broke out. A statement by Mayor Robert Smith says the police department's investigation has leads and has identified persons of interest. No arrests have been made. In the wake of this past weekend's deadly shooting, Columbus is revamping its policies for renting community centers. Mayor Smith says city facilities will now be equipped with security cameras, increased police patrols, and enforcement of proper operation hours. There will also be an emphasis placed on the activities happening at the rented facilities. White was attending a Sweet 16 birthday celebration at an activity center at Protes Park when she was shot and killed. Smith did not give a timeline on when some of the security procedures would be in place. White's death has left many in Columbus shaken. Investigators think she was at the wrong place at the wrong time. And as the police department examines why she was shot, our Cash Matlock talks with an officer who works with young people each and every day.
Doran Johnson is the Chief Resource Officer at Columbus High School. He's seen hundreds of students come and go through his school over the years, but he says losing one is always shocking, and he couldn't help but think of one thing when he got the news of Erica White's passing this weekend.
The likelihood that who did this was probably some of our kids here in the district, some of the ones that's been through the district, probably some kids that I knew.
Johnson says the changing times and technology are partially to blame.
The society kind of pushes them towards that because it's a quick and an easy way of trying to handle some difficult situations that are talking it out. Even back in the old school days, fighting takes time and energy, and a lot of folks don't want to put time and energy, so grabbing a gun and a weapon to try to solve a problem seems to be quick and easy.
He says today's media also plays a factor in a child's overall concept of death.
I think a lot of these kids are old enough to know that dead means dead, but I think that a lot of them is just a desensitization to death, whether it's from society, movies, games, just a whole mixture of that. It's just a lack of sensitivity to dead means dead, somebody's life being gone and never coming back, and all the disruption that it caused in a family.
Johnson says the only way to fix it is to get things back to how they used to be.
The Bible said raise up a child in the way that they should go, not raise up a teenager or a grown person. You got to start off when they're a child, but it's a collaborative effort. It takes a collaboration of parents, school, churches, community, everything to kind of help start giving kids direction, not when they're 12, 13, 14, 15, but you got to get to them when they're young.
Area Counselor Darlene Strickland says that kids today are simply used to immediate results. She says some would rather eliminate an issue instead of talking it out and resolving it. Time now to turn things over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson. He joins us with a stormy first look. Keith?
Joey, another day or night with some storms out there. That was the storm coming through West Point not too long ago. Pretty ominous looking now. These storms are non-severe. The downpour arriving in Columbus right now. That's a live view with our sky cam. You can see the rain out towards the base just north of downtown Columbus, and we do have more scattered storms back down to the west in Starkville and southwest near Louisville. Ware here back to the northwest too. Pontotoc and Tupelo, you've been getting hit hard with some heavy rain, some gusty breezes, maybe 30 plus around here. Again, we don't really anticipate a lot of severe weather here, but thunder and lightning, heavy downpours, some refreshing breezes. 80s giving way to some 70s this evening. Lows tonight, upper 60s to around 70. Great weather coming up after tonight, Joey. You'll love that 7-day. More on that in just a few minutes.
The Mississippi Department of Education says more teachers will get a $1,500 pay raise than originally thought. A review of the total number of state-funded teaching positions shows more than 9,800 educators were excluded from the original estimate. MDE says the Mississippi Student Information System does not capture some positions as being funded by MAEP. Teachers, counselors, teacher assistants, librarians, and specialized positions are included in the new numbers. School districts will have enough money to pay for the raises. The pay increase will cost Mississippi nearly $77 million. It seems like the school supplies shopping lists grow each year, and so does the bill. That can be difficult for some families. Now the Columbus Municipal School District is helping out. Stephanie Poole joins us in the studio with more on what they're doing. Stephanie.
Joey, these days it seems like it's more than just pencils, crayons, and highlighters on the list. Things like paper towels and Clorox wipes can add a few dollars that might send the school back to budget in red. However, there is a plan that can help students attain all their needed supplies. School doors are opening in exactly 2 weeks. While kids soak up the last few days of summer, parents are out shopping for school supplies, and the cost can really add up.
Anything that can help, any little bit that can help is a blessing.
Crystal Wells says she has been on the lookout for back-to-school sales for her grandchildren.
The kinder mats and all the extra paper towels and everything that they need, it can be very expensive, especially with parents that have multiple children. that have to have 4 or 5 different school lists.
Luckily, families are able to save a couple of bucks off school supplies with Mississippi Tax-Free Weekend July 26th through the 27th. And the Columbus Municipal School District is helping them save money, too. The school district is teaming up with local organizations to help fill the supply gap.
We're working well with Parks and Recreation and other community agencies, Night Out on Crime, to get backpacks. So this community, the Friendly City, is full of community people that support our students as it relates to supplies, backpacks, and other essentials for the beginning of the school year.
Superintendent Cherie Labatt says her students should be able to check off several items on their supply list.
The faith-based community has been very good to the district. We continue to work with them. The community has been very responsive in helping our students.
Labatt hopes these donations will help ease the burden on students' families.
We're just making sure that we keep the lines of communication open and we continue to work as a team to move the school district.
For an official list of eligible school supply items that will be tax-free, visit the Mississippi Department of Revenue website.
Mississippi University for Women is beating the state average when it comes to getting students to graduation. The W reports a 32.8% degree completion rate. That's higher than the Institution of Higher Learning Systems' 21.2% average. From 2009 to 2018, the W has increased the number of undergrad degrees awarded by 83%. Some area kids are finding their summer adventures in the pages of books. We join them when we come back.
You're watching WCBI's News at 6 with Joey Barnes.
Welcome back. Some North Mississippi kids spent their day learning about the adventures of reading. Families First for Mississippi hosted a literacy camp in Tupelo today. More than 30 kids brushed up on their reading skills. There were guests, games, food, and crafts, all with the goal of helping build better readers. Organizers say it's exciting to see young people having fun while they're learning.
What I like about it is just how fun that it is and how much fun we're going to have and how colorful we've made it. I think these kids are really going to have a great time.
Some of the kids, even the big kids, showed off some of their dance moves during the break. Families First hosted activities at its South Church Street location throughout the summer.
6:14, a live view at Durham's Pharmacy in Vernon, Alabama. You can see the rain coming on down. We have some good storms out there. Summer soakers is what we're calling them right now. Heavy downpours, but things will clear out later tonight into tomorrow morning. Great weather by Wednesday. More after the break.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Spooky clouds out there this afternoon with some of those storms right there. Low cloud bases, heavy downpours, refreshing breezes. That's how it looked earlier today out towards Greenwood Springs. And then look at that rain falling in the Starkville area. Summer downpours. This is how it looked in Tupelo earlier this afternoon. You can see that heavy downpour right there. We've had several rounds of rain and storms in and around the Tupelo area. A live view in downtown Columbus. Again, the rain shaft, you can see it, this milky white right here. That is just north of us here at the television station. Those of you on the north side of town, you're already getting pounded with some of that heavy rain. So let's do a little radar tour and show you what's going on. We are still dry at the station right here, but you go up 45. Wow, it is just a soaker right now out towards the base and Caledonia. And notice the lightning strikes in here too. So not a lot of lightning, but just enough to really get you to be out, to go inside and stay away from the outside with these thunderstorms coming on through here. Louisville, Starkville, you've been getting some wet weather too. There's Ackerman and over here towards Ware and back out towards Montgomery County, a little bit of rain. And another strong storm cell with heavy rain and some lightning southeast of Pontotoc. Tupelo, you've already had a couple of rounds move on through today, and we still have some lighter rain around Tupelo. It looks like the heaviest may be done now and shifting back over towards Manatee. So this is all associated with a cold front. Now, these storms are non-severe, but we may see some wind gusts over 30, heavy downpours, dangerous lightning. But the front that's moving on through is really going to change things up for the rest of the work week. And our overnight lows tonight will be down to around 70, low 60s Wednesday morning, Thursday morning. And notice some of the old records here, upper 50s and low 60s, Tupelo, Starkville, Columbus for midweek. The average is 71. Now, we will be flirting with some old record lows here. Hard to believe considering how warm and steamy it has been, but this is really a different air mass coming on in here. So this evening and tonight, areas of rain and some storms out there. We may see some showers linger tomorrow morning and some cloud cover, and then we'll clear that out during the day. Winds become northerly at 10 to 15. That will usher in that drier air. So high should only be in the lower 80s tomorrow versus the near 90-degree temperatures we had today. So a little sign of things to come. There are those showers and storms out there this evening. A lot of this will tend to wind down as we get into the latter part of the evening and the overnight. But tomorrow morning we may see some clouds and some showers. Midday, though, we'll start to see that nice clearing trend come on in here. Some friendly clouds at times during the afternoon, but the rain should be done by midday, it would appear. And we're home free as we get into your Wednesday. Look at all that sunshine here. Looking pretty nice for the middle of the work week. Here's your AccuWeather 7-day. 83 tomorrow. That rain chance primarily during the morning hours. 85 Wednesday, 87 Thursday, 90 Friday. Overnight lows into the 60s. Some of you could do the upper 50s. It looks great. Relatively dry air through Friday, but those muggies return for the weekend, Joey. Highs around 90, more pop-up storms.
The wait is over for a new head softball coach at Mississippi State. Details on the new hire coming up next in sports.
Your WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
It did not take long for Mississippi State Athletic Director John Cohen to find a softball head coach replacement. Mississippi State confirms that former MSU associate coach Samantha Ricketts has been promoted to head coach. Ricketts has served as an assistant coach since 2015, specifically focusing on hitting and recruiting. The formal introduction for Ricketts will be on Thursday. MSU finished last season with a 35-23 overall record. Stop 29 on the high school football tour stops in with the Chargers in Choctaw County as they adapt to new leadership and set the expectations high.
WCBI's 60 Schools in 60 Days is brought to you by Sparklight.
It's a new season and a new Choctaw County. The Chargers have a brand new face leading the team this year. Former Water Valley defensive coordinator Jeff Roberts has assumed the role as head coach, an opportunity he knew he just couldn't pass up.
I mean, there's a lot of good about this. So when it came open, I applied immediately, and literally like 10 minutes after it came open, and I got the job, and I can't be happier. This is a great situation for me.
The Chargers have been known for their success throughout the years. Choctaw County comes off an 8-4 regular season in 3A. Yet after falling in the first round of the playoffs, the Chargers don't feel as if they've reached their full potential.
You know, we didn't end the season like we wanted to last year, so we're going to try to, work a little harder and get to where we need to be.
The Chargers have adjusted to the change in leadership quite nicely. While for some a new coach might come with a learning curve, the Chargers feel as if Roberts fits right in.
We like him, he makes us work, and we, do what we got to do to be able to, go real far.
He's been working us real hard. He told us when he first got here it wasn't going to be easy. And we see that every day. We grind every day and get better.
I try to create a fun environment, but a hard-working environment at the same time. And so they've worked for me. These upperclassmen have come in, and I can't be – this is a good group of upperclassmen, so that's helped a lot.
Also what helps a lot? Returning your starting quarterback for a new season. Tylen Carter will once again be suiting up for the Chargers this season and comes off a successful sophomore year with a 92.7 QB rate.
Him understanding football and being able to pick up the system real quick. And the other quarterbacks, Connor Jewell has picked it up really well as well. And
he's got that experience and can come out and do what he needs to do, and we don't have to worry about, can he throw the ball and can he, make a decision on the fly.
This team has a lot of fun when they hit the grass, and they are ready to get right back at it on Friday night.
Ready to, on Fridays, be able to have fun with my classmates and enjoy every bit of football.
I think they're just looking forward to play ball. I mean, to be honest with you, I think that's probably the biggest thing, because out here, the competition drill going on right here and them talking kind of junk to one another, that's probably, they enjoy competition.
Choctaw County begins its season at home in Ackerman against Independence on August 23rd. With the Chargers on the high school football tour, Courtney Robb, WCBI Sports.
60 Schools in 60 Days with Choctaw County High School was brought to you by WFCA, Ackerman Discount Drug, and Bank of Kilmichael.
That's it for sports. We will have the last look at your forecast when we come back after the break. Stay with us.
A programming note for tomorrow night, WCBI will be airing the Republican gubernatorial debate. Lieutenant Governor Tate Reeves, former Supreme Court Justice Bill Waller Jr., and State Representative Robert Foster will make their case to voters live at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. CBS affiliate WJTV in Jackson is hosting the debate, but you can watch it right here on WCBI. And just a reminder, the primary elections on August 6th.
Right now here in Columbus, it's coming on down pretty good. As we were talking about earlier, the storm has arrived into Lowndes County. Now, some of these storms may produce some wind gusts over 30, maybe over 40 at times, but the big story here, downpours, thunder and lightning, widespread rain and storminess, but we don't really anticipate too much in the way of severe weather here this evening. Certainly good news. We'll clear this rain out sometime tomorrow morning, Joey, if not before. Awesome weather for Wednesday and Thursday. Look at that sun and cooler temps.
Worth the rain for those kind of temperatures in late July.
Not too shabby.
We don't see that often. All right, thanks, Keith. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Have a good night.